Welcome to Recapitulation, the show where we check out some of this week's most notable music releases. So, since this is our first time here, let me explain how this is going to work. Now, first of all, just so you know, this is not a show where I'm going to be able to list every single new release, every single new song or album that comes out during the week. So this video will showcase just a few of the most interesting releases, in my opinion, of the week that I reckon you should all go and check out and see if you like for yourself. So the first release I want to talk about comes from a young British man named Youngblood. Now Youngblood has taken the pop scene almost by storm, because Youngblood doesn't really conform to much else in the pop industry. Youngblood is super distinctive because of his punk style. He's completely unapologetic, unfiltered vocal style and production style that has really given him a lot of attention recently. Now, the song he just released is a single called Parents, and it was the first song that I listened to this morning, just after I woke up actually, and it kind of was my cup of coffee. I didn't really need anything else after I listened to this song because it was intoxicatingly energetic. Now, it's a great laugh. The song is a story, according to him anyway, about a young boy whose parents weren't so fond of him and instead would have preferred to have a young girl, and follows his rebellion towards them. But as I said before, the thing that really makes this track shine for me, and most of Youngblood's music in general, is his lyrical style. Just take a listen for yourself, see if you like it. It's definitely going to be very intense, too intense for some of you, but definitely worth a look. The second release that I want to mention today is an EP that comes from an Australian alternative band named Middle Kids. Middle Kids is a three-piece group from Australia. And what I love about them is their genuine sound. Now, I mean, I feel like that term is pretty overused, but it really does apply here because when I think of something that's really genuine, it's something that would sound really good live, and that's the vibes that I got from this EP. For example, I mean, this is a three-piece group, and if you listen to the EP, it truly does not sound like three instruments and a singer. It just does not. There's so much more to it. Their vocalist as well, by the name of Hannah Joy, she has such a nice and natural tone, and everything in this EP is just natural. It's refreshing almost against so much else that we hear these days, which is the opposite, and usually on purpose anyway. The only negatives I would say is that sometimes their songs in general, and a lot of the songs in this EP, can drag on, and it really comes down to what you like in music. If you really enjoy that raw alternative style, then you're going to love this. So check out the EP, see if you like it, and if you're not usually into more raw alternative music, this one might shift you a little. Number 3 comes from the ever so interesting rapper Denzel Curry. Denzel Curry has a lot of really passionate fans and a lot of rap fans who aren't so convinced. I mean, his style is extremely distinctive. So Denzel Curry's latest song is Speedboat, right there. Speedboat's his latest single. It's from his latest album, which is coming out in a couple of weeks. Speedboat involves Denzel Curry rapping about his kind of grim circumstances growing up. Money, having a lack of it, and not so much of a lack of it now, as well as his relationships, and also the death of a friend of his and a friend of the world, XXX Tentacion. Speedboat blends a bit of Denzel Curry's really unique and hard sound with a lot of kind of modern trap. So I mean, we have the electric drums, we have the fake piano, we have the trap bass. But then, I mean, his rapping style is closer in this song to modern trap than Ricky, which came out recently, which was just the complete opposite. If you're a big fan of rap right now, then check out Speedboat, because if you previously weren't so much of a fan of Denzel Curry, then this song might sway you. Next on the list, an artist that I've had an interesting relationship with in my mind since she kind of rose to fame, and that's Clyro. Clyro really became famous for her purposefully underwhelming production. I mean, a lot of the songs sound like they were created on a toy piano linked to GarageBand using an iPhone mic to record the vocals. And that's a style which a lot of people kind of fell in love with, and to each their own, fair enough. But the songs were 2 minutes long, and I could never really take them seriously. And on Clairo's latest single, named Bags, interesting name, I know. It's not SG Lewis anymore, now she's accompanied by a band, but this is the instrumentation that she needed. But Clairo's simple yet calming voice and tone, matched with more emotional lyrics this time that can be taken seriously, really proves that there actually, I reckon, is something to Clairo's music, and hopefully will be more in the future. There is an album coming soon, and I'm extremely interested to see what that will be. Next up on the list, a guy I had never heard of until today. His name is Mokita. I think that's right. Again, I may have butchered it, but this is a Nashville-based singer-songwriter. His single just came out, Inside Out. It's just a really, really nice song. Now, of course, I'd never heard this guy before, and I doubt many of you guys would have. One of the things that I liked about it was his super, super clean and emotion-filled voice, which was just nice. And then matched with the really, really kind of simple instrumentation. The whole song is backed by an acoustic guitar. I guess Nashville, that's what you'd expect, really. But subtle synth pads, and then a bit of drum pad in there as well. Some cool vocal samples, pitch shift. I mean, it is 2019. Come on, can you have a song without weird pitch shift vocal samples? I think not. And also some harmonies, because it just fits with the style. But a lot of you may have heard enough of acoustic singer-songwriter, male and female ballads, so it may not be a thing, but I am always personally a fan of beautiful songs, nice songwriting, something calming. Doesn't always suit every listening situation, like if you're trying to hype yourself up, but such a beautiful song, beautiful voice, super simple, super nice, super clean, worth a listen. So, last of all, if you go on new music releases on Spotify, on Apple Music, the first song that is going to come up this week is Ed Sheeran's latest single. Now, this one is called Cross Me. Recently, Ed Sheeran's been dropping a couple new singles from his new project called Collaboration Project Number 6. Pretty simple. Ed Sheeran's been on tour for a long time, and during that time he's recorded a bunch of new songs, all with varying artists. The first one of these songs that he released was with Justin Bieber, I Don't Care. Now, this song kind of, it really tore me, because it was the most anticlimactic song. It's just, I was listening the whole time and waiting for something to happen. But with such a simple beat, with such simple lyrics, simple flows, simple vocal lines from both Justin Bieber and Ed Sheeran, I was just left so kind of disappointed. Divide as an album was a big act to follow, and I wasn't impressed with the latest single, and I think a lot of people will agree with me there. However, next to come out is a single named Cross Me, and this is Ed Sheeran with Chance the Rapper and P&B Rock. This is quite different to the vibes that were on I Don't Care. I think this song's a bit better. It's still catchy. I mean, every song that Ed Sheeran releases, co-writes, shadow writes is catchy. Whether he's singing it himself or running it for another artist, they are all hits. But yeah, this one still, I was torn on, because the song Cross Me refers to, I guess, maybe other people's behaviour towards, well, for example, Ed Sheeran's wife, Chance the Rapper's wife, and P&B Rock, as far as I'm concerned, maybe more towards his daughter. But the sound itself is so kind of nice, sympathetic. The beat is really sympathetic, really chilled. Yet the themes throughout it is like, yeah, well, if you cross them, then you'll be crossing me too, which is a little bit harder, a little bit more harsh. And it's just, it contrasts a little bit too much for me. Also, Chance's rap. Now, his style is so diverse. Every feature he's on, it's almost like we're getting a different personality, which I love about Chance the Rapper. But in this one, it's just... And this was the same with Justin Bieber and Ed Sheeran. Their voices just contrasted so much, and that can be a good thing sometimes, to have two completely different voices. But in this case, it just did not gel. Not only did Ed Sheeran's and Chance the Rapper's voices not gel, but like Chance the Rapper's style just didn't mash with the beat. Now, you may disagree. You might find this song really catchy, really entertaining, and you'll love it, and it could become a big hit. That's pop music. But in my opinion, this song is a miss. If anything, it really does just sound like Ed Sheeran's had a fun time with some artists on the road. He's put together a bunch of songs, and that's what I predict this next project is going to be. I think there'll be some bangers on there. I also think there'll be some songs which won't be half bad. I don't think anything's going to be shocking. That marks the end of this video. So check out all of the songs that I've mentioned in today's video. Make your own opinion on them. See if you like them, see if you dislike them. And I'll see you next week with another one of these videos where we explain the best releases to come out during the week. Thank you and goodbye.